52 days, over 70 lives lost. Kashmir continues to see tense moments. The Prime Minister has sent out a second message in a month addressing the nation on the 23rd edition of Mann Ki Baat. Prime Minister has said young children are being used as human shields in the valley, which will not be tolerated. He's further added that those who are instigating the youth in the valley will have to answer the nation. Here's a complete report of how Kashmir situation is at the moment.
"51 days after protests broke out in Kashmir, a major outreach by the Prime Minister for the wounded valley. But some tough talk as well. A reminder to separatists that they will not be forgiven for pushing children into the conflict. Prime Minister Modi's stern message to the separatists comes after a day after his meeting with Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti. According to reports, Mufti suggested a 3-point formula to end the Kashmir crisis, including appointment of interlocutors for talks.
मैं इसके लिए हमने कहा कि चलो मुफ्ती साहब ने एक एजेंडा बनाया है, उन्होंने एक अपनी ज़बान दी है मोदी जी को कि मैं आपके साथ मिलकर जम्मू कश्मीर को इस मुसीबत से निकालना चाहता हूँ। तो मैंने सोचा कि अब चूंकि वो नहीं है तो मैं कोशिश करूँगी।
However, to restore normalcy in the valley, haven't cut any ice with the opposition.
The Prime Minister unfortunately uses terms that he himself does not understand. Insaniyat, Kashmiriyat, Jamhuriyat. The Prime Minister or his Home Minister have not been able to flesh out.
But former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah has welcomed Prime Minister Modi's Kashmir outreach. However, he said that a lot of Kashmiri youths have been forced to take stones in their hands due to the collective mistakes and mishandling of Kashmir issue by the politicians. Meanwhile, in an interesting development, spiritual guru Shri Shri Ravi Shankar met slain terror commander Burhan Wani's father at his ashram in Bengaluru.
ये इसमें कोई हिंदुस्तानी आइन का दायरा नहीं होना चाहिए, अनकंडीशनल टारगेट्स। फिर वो बातें, वो मीटिंग चाहे कामयाब हो या नहीं हो, पहला राउंड तो होना चाहिए अनकंडीशनल टारगेट्स विद हुर्रियत कॉन्फ्रेंस।
Government of India has not clearly communicated its political strategy to reach out to those who are angry and to calm down the situation on the ground. With cameraman Roof Shujao.
So joining us today evening on this debate are the allies, the uneasy alliance that they share. GVL Narasimha Rao, national spokesperson of the BJP. Also Suhail Bukhari, who's jumped the line from asking questions to now answering them. Suhail, I hope you're on the hot seat today, so we'll get frank responses. Sanjay Jha, spokesperson of the Congress, also joining us. Now, let me take this question first to the Congress, then let's break it down with the BJP and the PDP. Mr. Jha, first of all, how do you react to the Prime Minister's address on Kashmir? Second message going out to the valley, which is seeing 52nd day of curfew today.
Very belated reaction. What is needed at the ground level is a lot of positive, reconstructive, confidence building. And you know, what is really distressing is that you have now crossed 50 days of curfew.
Yes.
Over 70 people are dead and thousands are injured, some of them very, very severely. So the issue that arises is that, you know, end of day, why has it taken so long for the PDP and the BJP alliance at the state and the BJP at the center to coordinate a more effective response a lot earlier? And the second problem, which I believe we must discuss today, is the fact that both the PDP and BJP seem to be talking in absolutely diametrically opposite tone and tenor and content. You have Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti, who says that Pakistan must be involved in any of the discussions to resolving the Kashmir crisis and future forward. At the same time, you have the BJP, where Mr. Arun Jaitley says that every of the stone pelters who reacted after Burhan Wani's death are Pakistan stooges. You have the Prime Minister, you know, quoting Atal Bihari Vajpayee's Insaniyat, Jamhuriyat and Kashmiriyat. So end of day, there are conflicting, shall we say, messages going out. And I'm sure that is very disconcerting given the sensitive nature
Okay.
of Jammu and Kashmir.
Okay, Mr. Jha, Mehbooba Mufti has come out with another statement this evening blaming Pakistan for unrest, saying they have lost the golden opportunity with the hand of friendship extended by India. But Mr. Rao, 23rd edition is when the Prime Minister is addressing Kashmir issue in his Mann Ki Baat, hoping it becomes Kashmiri's Mann Ki Baat as well. But here's the criticism. July 31st, 22nd edition, it could have come in forward. You had August 10th where the Prime Minister tried to invoke Vajpayee's policy of Kashmiriyat, Jamhuriyat. But once again, the charge on you is delay in outreach, which has cost lives in the valley.
Devina, when you have a difficult situation like the one you had now, I think it does take time for a formal and a public response. And from day one, I think there has been a coherent action at the ground level where security forces were involved, and also the state government was involved in somehow trying and bringing the situation under control. If there is any disconcerting voice that is going out of the country, it's that of the Congress party, which has only been trying to play politics and trying to fish in troubled waters. You have had statements coming from Salman Khurshid, you have statements from Digvijay Singh who referred to Kashmir as Indian occupied Kashmir. You had Chidambaram, who wanted to form a government at a situation like this. He wanted to form a government with National Conference and PDP. This kind of petty and partisan politics that the Congress party
Devina,
has
give me a
played
chance to
is the
respond.
only
Mr. Jha,
disconcerting
before I
voice
take
that you
it to
see.
Suhail
Whereas
Bukhari
the
of the
BJP
because
and the
they are the one who
PDP,
have
the two
direct
governments
stake
at the
in
center,
Kashmir along with the BJP, which won the majority in Jammu. Mr. Jha, a very quick rebuttal from your side, because doves are there in the Congress as well when it comes to Pakistan policy.
Well, let me tell you what is a fact on the ground, and skip the rhetoric that the BJP is trying to mastermind here. This is a serious issue, number one. Number two, since 2010, you had 6 years of relative stability and peace. In fact, tourists were kind of coming in huge hordes into Srinagar, and suddenly you've seen an abrupt disruption. And end of day, somebody needs to take responsibility. The truth is, you have a very opportunistic alliance. Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti had asked for the armed forces to apologize for Burhan Wani's death. The BJP called it an accident. So, end of day, what you're talking about at the moment is a lack of outreach.
Okay, Suhail Bukhari, is it an opportunist alliance? That's what Sanjay Jha is suggesting. An opportunist alliance. You have Mehbooba Mufti, who has taken off after her father. Is she losing grip in the valley? Tough questions coming your way as well, because Mehbooba Mufti has changed her stance on Pakistan as well, known for a soft stand with Pakistan, and also your party, which is known to involve all stakeholders, including the separatists, feeling the pressure from the BJP?
Well, I don't know why, whether it is deliberate or not, but most of the times we do find that there are statements, there are conclusions which are devoid of facts when it comes to Kashmir. For example, look at what Mr. Sanjay Jha has been saying. According to him, we've had the best of the times during their coalition government in the state, that is the previous government. Does he not remember what happened in this state in 2010? Mr. Jha, 2010, there was a coalition government headed by the National Conference Working President Omar Abdullah. Congress was in alliance. We had 4 months of absolute distress. We had 120 people being killed. Is that what you are saying? Wonderful times as far as the governance is concerned? In fact, let me also tell you that it is because of the time period of 2010 that we are witnessing
well, Mr. Jha, that's the point there, because it was 2010 when guns were given a non-legal status. We had seen similar unrest in the valley in 2010 as well, with National Conference at the helm. You had the UPA in power. What's your response to that? Isn't it time that now the Congress, knowing very well from the pressures, would have stood with a political consensus? Because we need a united party politics at this time. We have people dying every day in Kashmir because of this politics.
Absolutely. Devina, let me be very explicit here, and as a responsible spokesperson for my party, Kashmir is not a state where any political party is trying to fish in troubled waters. Not at all. I think the truth is, and this is what the gentleman from PDP has probably missed out. If you heard me correctly, sir, you would have said I said after 2010. Nobody is making a statement here that Kashmir is a very easy problem. It is a complex issue. We all recognize it. I mean, that's the reason why we are stunned and appalled at the fact that your state government has proved to be so ill-equipped. The fact is that after Burhan Wani's death, when the funeral procession happened, the state government did not even anticipate what kind of escalation could happen. Where are the PDP
Absolutely.
and BJP
And why
MLAs today?
5
They are in
days,
hiding.
Suhail?
They're
Why
not
did
even
it
coming
take
out of their
5
homes.
days for
And you come
Mehbooba
in a
Mufti
TV
to
studio
come
and you're screaming.
out and address the youth?
Mr.
Because they
Jha.
were the ones who were completely agitated after terrorist Burhan Wani was neutralized by the armed forces. It took 5 days for the chief minister of the state to come out and issue a statement.
Listen, Devina, let me just tell you, there are two important points that I want to make out. Right? Number one, Mr. Jha is trying to give us a rosy picture as far as Congress goes and the current crisis and their role. They want things to be settled down. Does he not remember that the initial moves that were made, for example, the visit of the Union Home Minister to Srinagar in order to reach out, engage, listen and interact, their own party did not even come and meet him. They boycotted him. So to now try and project Congress party as someone who are so
No, but here, Suhail, here we have to get the BJP in as well. Because Mr. Rao, this is what Rajnath Singh tweeted before his second visit. He said all stakeholders are invited to meet. But what about stakeholders which are separatists? Because dialogue will only happen with those who disagree with your point of view to arrive at a solution. So are we looking at BJP giving out indirect message saying separatists are invited to talk, or BJP continues to be adamant on its stand while there is another viewpoint of the PDP, a complete confused signal being given out from the alliance in the state?
I think government stand on this issue is very, very clear. I don't know why this keeps coming up again and again. Government said whoever wants to restore peace in Jammu and Kashmir, whoever wants a peaceful dialogue, they're welcome. I think that was the statement made by the Home Minister before his visit. That's what the Honorable Prime Minister also has repeatedly articulated. The first priority for us is to restore peace and normalcy in the state, and for that a dialogue with every section of the state is certainly important. But I think the point that Congress doesn't seem to realize even today is that while Pakistan speaks in one voice, we get 500 guests from Pakistan, political guests from various parties appearing on our television channels. You get military guests from there. They all speak in one voice. Not one word they speak in favor of India. And you have Congress leaders falling over each other, wanting to describe Pakistan as heaven. And Salman Khurshid takes offense to Prime Minister's statements even before Pakistan has taken
but
even
Mr.
note
Rao,
of
what
it
about
or
your own
made any
alliance partner?
objection to it.
What about
When
your
you
own
have
alliance partner, the
say,
PDP?
What is this?
What about your own alliance partner, the PDP? Because you have Mehbooba Mufti today slamming Pakistan. Before she had a very soft stand with Pakistan. You had the former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister, her father, who had said and thanked Pakistan on record, saying people from the other side of the border, thank you for helping us, even separatists, for conducting a free and fair elections in Jammu and Kashmir at a point when they boycotted it. So when you have PDP with you, why is it that there is not a united word coming from the alliance on the engagement with separatists? Is BJP willing to have engagement with the separatists?
I don't know what is your love for the separatists. I have repeatedly stated, anyone, even today, Ms. Mehbooba Mufti is on record saying discussion should happen with every stakeholder, including even people who are considered to be separatists, but they must first bring the situation under control.
What is the point that Mehbooba Mufti plans to proceed ahead with? Because BJP says that we are open to all stakeholders who are interested in the progress of Kashmir, but it is the PDP Chief Minister at the helm of affairs. Is Mehbooba Mufti ready with a plan, or it's just going to be appeals after appeals coming from Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister without any action on the ground?
Devina, you should understand that Kashmir problem per se is not a two-dimensional thing. It's not black and white. It's a multi-layered problem which has stakeholders and people that have influence at various levels. It includes the state's government, it includes political leadership at the state, as well as the central leadership and the government at the center. So this is probably after a long time that you are witnessing the right kind of noises, the right kind of statements and coherence in what ails us and what is going to be the remedy that is coming from people, whether it be the state's leadership in Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti and those at the central level, whether it be the Home Minister or Honorable Prime Minister. So everybody has been on the same page. Whatever they have been saying is reference to the same point, that one, we definitely need to work hard to bring back normalcy in Kashmir Valley. Those who have been affected are our own people.
Will Congress be willing to come on board with the all-party meet delegation once it's finalized to go to Jammu and Kashmir and ensure that there is a political consensus building? Because we can sit in the studio and debate this matter, but how are we going to bring change on the ground?
Well, Devina, the fact is even Prime Minister Mr. Modi has acknowledged the very constructive role played by all political parties when he called them for a discussion. This is the initiative that the government should have undertaken a long time ago. The Congress party has been in government in Jammu and Kashmir at the center for a considerable period, and to use the inputs of seasoned political expertise is the responsibility of the government of the day. The truth is that and this is something that maybe Mr. Bukhari will probably acknowledge, that the difference between 2010 and 16 is very glaring. I mean, there is a certain armed militancy and a very negative and almost a very dangerous kind of a situation that seems to be emerging in Kashmir today. So you need, there is no one solution off the shelf that you can apply. So end of day, in terms of how to handle the current imbroglio, the government has to be extremely proactive. It's not going to happen by just making speeches and trying to quote some texts of the past. The truth is, it needs a very calibrated, intelligent, mature political handling.
All right.
So far, from the noises that one has heard from the PDP and the BJP, that doesn't seem to be very convincing.
All right, so you have a last chance to respond. I'm running out of time, but a last chance to you to respond to it. The delay in recognizing the warning signs, and now also we see mixed signals coming from the alliance partner. Suhail, first you, and then I'll go to Mr. Rao. Go ahead.
Well, let me just underline one important aspect. The issue of Kashmir, which is a multi-layered one, a complex one, and has been lingering on for years. If you look at the political history, and particularly the last 25 odd years of a crisis in Jammu and Kashmir, you would find that there's only one patch of time period wherein there has been some real progress, where a semblance of peace, normalcy had returned. It was not only because of the good governance, but also the peace initiatives that were not only taken but were executed well. And this is the time period from 2002 to 2005, when you had Mufti Muhammad Saeed at the helm of affairs at the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister, and Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee at the central level. So we do know, when we are at the helm of affairs, we know what the plan is and we know how to execute.
Okay, so Mr. Rao, do we see the golden combo? Do we see the golden combo once again with Prime Minister Modi and Mehbooba Mufti now? Do we see the same policies being applied to Kashmir? Will Prime Minister's invoking Vajpayee policy be enough?
The Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi's initiatives have been hailed, and also Chief Minister Ms. Mehbooba Mufti herself is on record saying this is the best time. This Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir has been a legacy issue, and for decades the Congress government, successive governments at the center, Congress Prime Ministers beginning with Nehru, have completely botched it up. So we have really a big issue at hand, because this was not mishandled by successive Congress Prime Ministers at the center, but under Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, there is certainly
I'm completely out of time, Mr. Rao, but I'm going to let Mr. Jha respond to this last question. Can BJP and PDP shirk off their responsibility by claiming it's a legacy issue? Isn't that downplaying the unrest that we're seeing in the valley?
Absolutely. I mean, just look at the hypocrisy by both the PDP and BJP on your panel today. You have the PDP and BJP in the state, you have the BJP in the center, and they have been there now for a considerable period. The truth is they have allowed matters to escalate, and now they appear completely clueless. I mean, please respect the voters of India. Please respect the audience that is watching the program, Mr. Rao and Mr. Bukhari. I mean, you are in government because people had faith in you, and you have frittered it away because you have so far at least proven to be incompetent. But we will rise above the petty politics that you are playing. The Congress party, the National Conference, and all political parties in India are worried about Kashmir. Kashmir is an integral part of India, and we would like to support you in trying to find a solution to the problem.
It's only the main opposition party.
Mr. Rao, rise above parochial politics.
Playing a very,
very
bankrupt role.
You displayed certain character. You are at the moment in government.
That goes for you.
Certain character.
That goes for you. Please tell Manishan Kayers, Salman Khurshid, Digvijay Singh,
but I will hope that sanity will return sooner than later.
Please tell them to shut up.
Well, gentlemen,
it's unfortunate, but I'm
gentlemen,
sure the people who are watching this program can judge
Mr. Rao,
that
it's
the
a serious
BJP
issue.
is still living in a fool's paradise.
Mr. Rao, it's a serious issue. There's a serious issue. Everybody needs to speak up. So it's a serious issue. So there is no need for anybody to hold back on this debate. It's a serious issue. And the kind of politicking that I've seen right now, I can only hope that going ahead, we will see a political consensus emerge, if not for the party in power, for the sake of Kashmiris as we enter the 52nd day of curfew, with innocents being killed, Mr. Rao. So this is a matter where everybody needs to speak up.
Devina, as we conclude.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Speak for the country.
10 seconds.
Speak for the country.
And it's very important. You know, you again, time and again, you have been referring to to the current crisis and situation in Kashmir as 52nd day of curfew. I need to make an important factual correction. It has not been 52 days of curfew. It has been 52 days of continuous shutdown, which has been
who is to be blamed, Sohail? And who is to be blamed?
For example, today.
Who is to be blamed? If there are people who are living in constant fear that they have to shut down their shops, who is to be blamed? Now, you can't shock off your responsibility with legacy issues, parallel politics, and old crisis. Everybody knows it, but where is the solution? You have the Prime Minister addressing the issue in Mann Ki Baat, but here is what the PDP continues to say. It's a legacy issue. You have multiple layered problem. Where does the buck stop, or where does this end, so that we can see normalcy in the valley? Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us, because I'm completely out of time. But Sohail Bukhari, Sanjay Jha and GVL Narasimha Rao, the debate continues as Kashmir continues to see unrest. We'll focus on ground reports to get you how people in Kashmir are hoping and praying that a political class understands their situation. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining us tonight.